What is up, my fellow Twebbians? I am Logan, the Totally Epic Gamer, and today we'll be looking at the class Devastator from Outriders. Now, going over this, let's first talk about what's your job as a Devastator. Well, your job is to generally tank. You want to take damage, you want to be in front of people's faces, you want to be pulling a lot of aggro from the bosses and minions because you have a lot of abilities that first off can save you and also reduce the damage you're taking, as is seen here by Golem, which we'll get into. First, looking at the skills. You have Earthquake, a frontal AoE, very basic, does a fairly large amount of damage for early on, and causes interrupt. The most important part for this skill for me is the 14-second cooldown. That's quite low for the damage and extra utility that the skill brings. Moving on, we have Golem, which is your first tanky ability. You reduce 65% of incoming damage for 8 seconds, and it's a 26-second cooldown, which is excellent. This ability allows you to pretty much walk wherever you want and not have to worry. You will for sure kill somebody within close range of you, which will heal you, before you die while this ability is up. It's a very strong tanking ability and is very useful in every situation. Whenever you're close to death or if you just want to preserve health early, it is an excellent skill. The next skill, which is in my opinion the most fun skill, is Gravity Leap. Now, Gravity Leap moves into the air as shown here and allows you to jump to an enemy. Now, it does 130 damage, which is a lot, and interrupts enemies within that radius. The cooldown's a little bit higher than Earthquake, but the thing that's amazing is you go back away from people and then choose where you want to land, almost like you're doing the Shadow Step version of a rogue from World of Warcraft or closer to the Trickster, except for you're a tank, so you get right in their face, and it does a huge amount of damage for what it is. This is like the marquee of this class so far, which is you can get in anybody's face very often with a lot of damage. And that's what kind of sets the Devastator apart from others. Finally, you have Reflect Bullets, which is okay. It pretty much creates a Matrix type force field where it collects bullets for up to 10 seconds and then sends them back to the enemies that shot at you. It's an amazing skill, very defensive. I found it to be a little bit unnecessary, but we'll go through it anyways. Just because you already have so much defensive capabilities, it didn't seem like it was really required. Maybe if you don't want to take Golem, you can take Reflect Bullets for extra damage, but you know, you can also do damage while you're in the Golem state. So for me, not as great of a skill, but very cool looking and satisfying as hell to use. So we're going to be looking at the class a little bit here. And of course, we don't want to go too much into it because, you know, there's a lot of theory crafting going on around here, but basic general setup, defense in the middle, gun damage up top, and then more of anomaly type things below. See here, you can have 50% of anomaly power, increases your armor bonus, things of the nature. I assume that a lot of people will be taking the tank nature, which is choosing the middle here. And this is likely to be your goal. However, based on where it is right now, Devastator to me seems to be the least likely to die class and the most likely to kill huge hordes of minions altogether. And this is by itself with no other coupled party member. So now we're going to kind of get into the gameplay of it. We'll be looking at a Bad Day quest, and as you can see, I'm running an SMG and a shotgun, and that's because I feel no fear about getting up close. That's just one of the things. And here we'll start off with the Reflect, and you can see that everybody's blasting, doing nothing, and you go back and then you do the damage back to them. No sort of heavy interrupt going there, but still quite cool in and of itself. And here you can see I can just walk forward, huge amount of enemies, not too much of a problem here, and just walking forward and continuing what I was doing. Golem is an excellent skill that will allow you to take on any fight that you feel is maybe too much, not anymore. And this is Gravity Leap, my absolute favorite skill for this. You can see there I kind of missed getting more than one enemy there, but it doesn't matter because it will be back up shortly. And so now we'll just get Earthquake on because we will need that for the damage that it provides, and Reflect Bullets will no longer really be necessary. And as you can see, just from that, Earthquake is amazing. It does a lot of damage, almost killing each member there, and applies this a long interrupt. And here we'll just use Gravity Leap, much more satisfying. Almost instantly kills the Breacher, and then allows me to kill the Mongrels, aka myself, very quickly. And these guys have even resorted to hiding, which is not going to be helping them too much. So this is the idea behind using the Devastator class, right? You are extremely tanky and do a very large amount of damage. So far, not too many downfills. And of course, like, sometimes when that happens, you get bored. But I believe the class skills are very, very satisfying. You enjoy playing this class. And from here on out, it's pretty much just a stomp of whoever approaches you, right? At any point I feel pressured, no, I just use Golem. If I ever feel like, oh, I can't reach that person, as you see about here, there's going to be some people that are quite far away. Oh no, I can't reach them. Well, that's not going to be of any concern to me because I can always gravity leap to them. The one thing we haven't gone over too much, but you're probably not used to it too often, is the melee ability. And for me, I say not too often because I'm using two very close range things. So why would I need to use my melee too often? It applies a little bit of a, I believe, like a leech or a toxic, but that's about it. And here, if you were having trouble approaching this, which you shouldn't because you can just walk forward, you can always just leech them. And then you're right in the mix of it all again. Everything's focusing on you, and your team can clean up, or they can just wait for you to have your fun and clean up the rest by yourself, because that is the power of the Devastator. And as you can see here, again, not real concern coming here, just walking forward. Oh no, he did his melee ability. Very tough to deal with. And even far range, boom, Earthquake doing a great job. And just for good measure, we'll do that. And that's pretty much the Devastator class. Not too much more to show. I believe this is one of the more fun classes. Not only is it satisfying when you get to kill everybody so quickly, but it's satisfying to be able to use fun skills that don't get too boring too quickly. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if you did, please leave a like. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.